put you back into it.
Okay, here we are.
Are we here?
We're here.
Oh shit, how did we get here?
I don't know, man. I usually just get hit by
Why
a
am
bus
I
and then I
here?
end up places.
Oh, that is entirely reasonable. How do you get a bus into the internet?
No, I get hit by a bus.
Oh, you got hit by a... You got isekai'd into the internet? Jonathan, are you a Digimon?
Better than Sword Art Online.
Very true. Very fucking true.
But still not as good as Mega Man.
You know what? Entirely reasonable.
'Cause
Can't argue with that.
I still haven't had a chance to play the Battle Network collection, because, although...
I am sorry that life is sad and unkind to you. Hello, people!
Hello, people. Hello, humans. Oh, god damn it, you froze.
The humans. The race of humans.
There's a race of humans, those whom...
We are delighted, as always, that the people that whom.
Those
The whom.
whom...
That am. The whom's that am. The am's that whom.
Exactly. Fuck.
We
That's the
D&D
other thing I need to do
tonight.
tomorrow. That's the other thing I'll need to do tomorrow.
Stop dealing with your to-do list on stream, for fuck's sake.
My dude! It's fucking long. So
Well,
I'm gonna say-
that's fair.
well,
to
one
be
of the
fair.
things I need to do,
That's fine.
because one of the things I need to do tomorrow, because I was supposed to do it yesterday, and then was also supposed to do it today, is clean my entire house.
That's fair. That's a hard one, though. That's a hard one. You need, like, a solid day.
Nah, man, I only need like an hour or so in the morning. I do it once.
I can't do a house clean in an hour.
I try and do it once every fortnight.
But alright, how do you hoover everything?
Yes.
I mean, you hoover everything, including the stairs, in an hour?
Yes.
And then do surfaces?
No, I usually do the hoovering at the end.
But,
So, clean the toilets and the sinks.
yes.
Clean the shower.
Yep. Cleaning the shower is a big one. That takes a while.
Not really.
What do you mean, not really?
I mean, again, if you do it once every 2 weeks, it's a hell of a lot less to clean.
Jonathan, I'm a professional cleaner at this point. I know this. I literally clean and get paid for it.
I mean, I'm not doing like a deep clean. I'm not doing like getting into the grout and getting the dirt out of that.
Okay, just like
Wiping down any surfaces, undoing plugs, unbunging plugs, wiping down the internals of that fucking thing, which is disgusting. Cleaning any stains off the walls, etc., etc.
I mean, I know I'm not a particularly fast human being at anything, and I don't do things quickly. I struggle to process things quickly, but that's still just like...
I want to clean the sink.
That you can do your whole house in an hour is fucking mind-boggling to me. I just want you to know that.
Hour or two, maybe. The big one is... The big one is the kitchen, which is...
Yeah, kitchens take ages.
I mean, I've got a system at this point.
I mean, I would assume you have a system.
Yeah, you just do it section by section, put everything that's on that section onto the table, wipe that section down, put it back, do that, make sure to do the microwave.
Yep.
Do under the dish rack, which I keep forgetting to do. Then do the table last.
Yep.
Then do the floors.
Do you do your oven and your cooker hob?
I do the hobs, I don't do the oven.
There.
Like the oven would take... That would take serious time.
Honestly, ovens are always easier than you think they are, as long as you've got solid oven cleaner, because you basically just spray it across the full thing, leave it for like a good like 10-15 minutes, and then you come back with hot soapy water, and it pretty well just comes off. Ovens are much easier than you think they are.
Fair. Here's the thing. Yeah. Well, there is one other thing, Chris.
Alright.
My house is a lot smaller than yours.
Yeah.
In terms of square footage, but also there's 2 bedrooms that I don't do.
Of course, so you just do bathroom, kitchen, living room, your room, hallway.
And I don't even always do my room, to be fair.
Fair. Okay, I mean that feels more reasonable.
My hallway is a very narrow square footage.
Fair. I think yeah.
Too bad. I got 2 toilets to do because look at me, I'm bragging. I got 2 toilets.
2 toilet life.
I got 2 toilets, 3 sinks, a shower, a kitchen, a living room, a hallway.
Fair. I'm just because I'm comparing it to my usual. So on my, if I go and do a cleaning shift at the housing development in Lanark, I realize I'm saying all of this. I really shouldn't probably on stream, but nobody gives a fuck.
Well, because nobody's going to want to go to Blantyre.
I mean, yeah, who's going to go to Blantyre? The people in Blantyre.
Who's mad enough to do that?
Yeah. But so as I do, hoover all the hallways, clean and mop out the bathrooms, mop out all the skirting boards, wipe down all the surfaces. Usually check kitchens to see if
I'm not mopping
needs
anything.
cleaned, like fridge. Yeah, I need to mop stuff. I'm like, you hoover and then you mop. Particularly if you've got like a linoleum or like a tile floor. You got to mop it out.
Yeah, no, I probably should do that. The problem is the majority of my house is carpet.
I mean, you don't have to mop carpet. I use the mop.
You shouldn't mop carpet.
Well, yeah, pretty much. But like, I mop out skirting boards just because it's easier than getting down on your hands and knees to dust them. And it's a pain.
Yeah, I don't do the skirting boards.
Fair.
Should probably do that once in a while.
Yeah. See, now you're going to notice them. Now that I pointed it out.
I notice them every once in a while when I'm going up the stairs. And I'm just like, God damn it.
Well, it's get your mop, and even if you take a dry mop, I would honestly do a wet mop and just kind of wring it out as much as you can. Run it the full length of your skirting boards. It does most of the job.
I'll need to get a mop.
Yeah, you don't own a mop.
I don't own a mop.
I am disappointed in you.
Again, I live in a house that is 90% carpeted.
But you have a bathroom and a kitchen that are not.
You don't know that. You've never been to visit me.
Did you just say I've never been to visit you? I've slept over in your house.
Huh?
You've never been here. I've had a barbecue in your back garden.
Shut up, Chris. I'm trying to guilt you into visiting me more.
I will do so when I have time. Oh, God.
Sibling love, everyone.
Yeah, I know. You only visit me when you're here visiting people you actually like.
Hey, I like you.
Sometimes.
Yeah. That
Every Monday evening.
Can I crash with you next week?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
I'll sort something out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, we are 10 minutes in. Should we actually talk about what we're doing? Do what we're doing?
We probably should.
So, for everybody who's here, welcome, you lovely lurkers.
Indeed.
If I look at the viewer list, there are some lurkers. I'm really hoping that not all of you are robots.
I don't know. We are great. We are a great hive of bots and villainy.
I mean, yeah. It's what you do. It's yeah. What we are doing is we're doing some more D&D homebrewery today. And today we are doing the Love Domain Cleric. Because Valentine's Day was 3 months ago and fuck it, we're bored.
Exactly. We are very on the trend, as the youths say. I can't even bring myself to say that. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck. Well, I've got some formatting fun to do at some point.
Oh, no.
There. There. We have the Love Domain Cleric.
Yay!
Now, the reason that this is on the list is because clerics, by their nature, in Dungeons & Dragons, get their powers from their gods. And the domain of those gods usually is, what determines those abilities. You've got war domain, you've got knowledge gods, you've got trickery gods, you've even got gods of arcana, which is, by the way, a fucking nutty subclass.
I haven't What's the Arcana?
The
Cleric?
Arcana domain.
I haven't seen this. Is this new? Have I
No,
missed
the
this?
Arcana's from Skag.
Oh, this is because I feel like everyone misses so many things from Skag.
Yeah. Like, you get a couple of wizard cantrips, you get Arcana proficiency.
Arcana domain, yeah, it's right up there at the top. What
Yeah.
the hell?
You get to turn away celestial, elemental, phase, or fiends.
That's excellent.
Yeah, but you only do it to one of them rather than a group.
Oh, okay. So that kind of ranger.
But also, the upgrade to that is if it fails, it gets banished.
Fucking damn. No concentration required.
Wow.
That's excellent. Starting at 6th level, when you restore hit points to an ally with a spell of 1st level or higher, you can also end one spell of your choice on that creature.
That can be really, really fucking good.
The level of the spell you end must be equal to or lower than the level of the spell you use to cast a healing spell. But that's brilliant. That's
really good. Especially,
I really
like,
want to
here's
make
the
an
thing.
Arcana Domain Cleric now.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that says there's no limit to the number of creatures that can be affected by that ability. So if you cast, for example, Mass Cure Wounds,
Mass Cure Wounds, Mass Healing Word,
or Heal, you could just end effects on your entire party. That's really good.
Like if there's a fear effect on a large group of the party, you could just wipe it.
Yeah, it does specify that it has to be a spell though.
Well, yeah, but if it's a concentration thing that's engaging the fear, then that would just wipe the fear out.
So like, Arcana Domain Clerics surprisingly are wizard killers.
They're absolutely wizard killers. I want to mix it with the Mage Slayer fighter. Is that a fighter?
No,
Is it a ranger? There's a Monster Slayer ranger, the one that can interrupt spells and stab you.
No, but the really scary
so
one for
good.
the Arcana Domain is the last one, which is you get four wizard spells: a 6th, a 7th, an 8th, and a 9th.
You just add them to your list of domain spells.
They're just always prepared because it's fucking nuts.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But also, you already get a whole bunch of 7th, 8th, and 9th. You already get spells of those levels, and then you just get to steal some wizard ones.
You can steal some wizard ones, and wizards have the biggest spell list.
Yes,
By the way, I'm going to say this right now. This is one of the things I got really upset about with 1D&D. Is that they've reduced the spell lists. Classes don't get individual spell lists anymore. There are now, I think, 2 spell lists. 2, I think there might be a 3rd. But there's only like 3 spell lists, and whatever class you use depends on, like, decides which of those 3 spell lists you get to draw from. And that knocks out so much individuality from so many classes. Like all those really cool individual smites that only paladins get.
Yeah.
Or some of the really funky little ranger spells. No, that's just gone. Everybody just picks from a fucking general pool of spells. It also removes, like, the big thing for wizards, which was wizards have so many exclusive spells. They're so good. And you have that ability to, like, they have that mastery of the arcane thing where they have such a wide list of spells to pick from. That's kind of that's their main thing.
Yup.
And that's gone now. Like, they fucked warlocks, they made druids really boring.
Yeah.
They nerfed paladins into oblivion because you can only smite once per turn now.
It's a hard life.
Yeah. Like, the reason, like, smite was actually pretty balanced because it was really easy to run out of slots real fast.
Yeah, because it was limited by spell slots.
Yeah, and you were a half-caster.
Yeah, and you're spending... you're a half-caster, so you already don't get lots of spell slots. And the ones that every spell slot you use on a smite, you can't use on a spell.
Yeah. But, like, you just burn through them really fast. Like, 1D&D has done... Like, there were a couple of things I remember seeing that I liked. And I can't remember what they are. Genuinely don't remember what they were, but I remember looking at something and going, that might be an interesting idea. I think it has something to do with character creation, but I know that Kobold Press are doing essentially, like, their own version of D&D.
I saw that, and the whole community's like, Kobold Press, come on, pull out the bag for us, pull out the bag.
I've seen a quick rundown of at least the character creation system, and that looks fascinating. Okay. What it does is it breaks down your character into more component parts. Like, instead of having proficiencies and stuff tied to... Instead of just having race, class, and background, you get race, it's like you get like lineage, you get upbringing, you get background, and you get your class. Yeah. So like you get what species you are, you get sort of where you grew up and that kind of thing, you get the background, which is sort of like the life you chose, and then of course you get your class. And that allows for so much more customization and a whole lot less homogeneity within each sort of race. Yeah. I really like that. I really like that.
It's good. It's good. Although I have to say that after having seen the stuff from 1D&D, I'm just like, I am probably going to be quite happily staying in 5e for a very long time.
Stick with 5. I'm gonna stick with 5e. Probably adapt some of it. I'll probably like take some, like if I probably dive into some of the 1D&D stuff and find any rules I like, I'm just gonna fucking steal them.
I mean, that's what the whole point of D&D.
Yeah, just adapt into
steal the good shit.
But I'm not changing the fucking. I'm not changing any to any of the 1D&D classes because holy shit.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's always a big ask to get a table of players to learn a new system, and you know, I don't feel like I'm gonna go and involve myself in shit like Adventurers League or whatever.
Oh god, no, I wouldn't play an Adventurers League because they're. No. Like, do you know what the thing with Adventurers League is? You get the core books of the DMG, the Player's Handbook, and the Monster Manual, and you are allowed one extra book.
Yeah, it's just like, what the hell, man? I get that you don't want to overwhelm particularly new people in Adventurers League. A lot of it is aimed at getting new people into the game.
Yeah.
But it's still just like, why you take away so much of the fun? There's so many fun things you can do. Why you got to put such limits on the fun?
I mean, it's a very safe way to play D&D.
Yeah.
It is AL. Like I don't know anywhere nearby. I don't even know if it is a thing in this country. But...
I mean, I'm assuming it's got to be because I think there are a few game shops that do run kind of D&D groups and things. Certainly, you know, they run miniatures groups and other role-playing groups, so I would presume so. Because Barry used to play... she used to play Vampire. And a whole bunch of other White Wolf games in a game shop out in Hamilton.
See, I don't know if it's... that's the thing, is I don't know if it's actually Adventurers League or them just going to be like, yeah, we want to run D&D for people. Because Adventurers League is like specifically Wizards of the Coast's own thing.
Yeah, it is. But I would presume that they would want to sell it out here, and I presume a lot of shops would want to do it, you know.
You'd think,
people
wouldn't
run you? People still run Magic tournaments out here, so...
Yeah, fair. I don't know, but I want to stick with D&D, and you're right, introducing people to a new system is difficult, although I have only actually played one... I've only really played one game that's more complicated and crunchy with its rules than 5e.
Yeah.
And that was the one time I tried to play Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk is crunchy.
Cyberpunk is very crunchy, but...
I built a character for a game of Starfinder once that never materialized, sadly, due to personal things. But that again, that was a very, you know, lots of numbers, lots of maths, very involved character creation system, without kind of any ways of streamlining it, which I thought was not my favorite. But then I also, you know, I also kind of sometimes look at some of the much simpler games, you know, things like Lasers and Feelings, and things like that, and go, maybe that's a little...
See, Lasers and Feelings, I think, is the most rules-light system I've ever played.
Yeah, and I'm like, I sometimes feel like that's like too far in the other direction.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very fun, but no, Barry and I keep looking at. We really want to.
You ever played Monster of the Week?
I haven't. You have recommended it to me many times. Have you ever played Blades in the Dark?
I have not.
Barry and I hella want to get into Blades in the Dark.
Well, I think maybe we should do some. Maybe we could do some of that on this channel. You know?
We could.
I mean, we've talked about running D&D one shots because I got a couple books down here. a couple books down here that I'd really like to run some shit out of. For some one-shots. And maybe some Monster of the Week stuff for some Call of Cthulhu or like City of Mist or Blades in the Dark would be great.
Yeah.
Because, fuck, I want to play City of Mist again.
I mean, you keep telling me about City of Mist, to be fair, and it does sound very, very cool.
Played it once, it was really fun.
Well, then we should give that a go.
Yeah. So I can get see if I can get the actual book.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do what we came here to do. Let's talk about the power of love.
Absolutely.
It's a curious thing.
It makes one man weep and another man sing. That could be one of the ways that we go down the power if you want to make a Huey Lewis based class.
No, because then I have to start going into the American Psycho jokes and
you don't have to. Come on, you could go down.
Hey, like Huey Lewis.
Well, the alternative is also you could go down the Back to the Future line of joking. Because the Power of Love. Well, the Power of Love was the theme tune for the first Back to the Future movie. That was how that song was really big.
Yeah, it was the main song because there were like 3 main songs.
There was a song in that.
Yeah, there was 3. There was 3 main songs in the first Back to the Future movie. Cause it was Power of Love, Johnny Be Good, and Back in Time. I can't remember who even sang that one for the closing credits.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Would need to look it up, and that. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up now. I'm feeling nosy. Right.
Anywho.
Yes.
What do you mean getting the classics?
I keep forgetting how good Crispin Glover was in that film.
Yeah?
He was so good.
He was really good.
I still absolutely adore him, though, in, like, the 90s Charlie's Angel film.
Where he's really creepy and keeps smelling the hair.
Yeah, and, like, and has a sword cane.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of great.
It's a fucking dumb movie. It's great fun.
Good.
Anywho.
Such a trash piece of great film.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Anywho, so.
Yes.
The Domain of Love.
The Domain of Love.
Because I basically looked through all the cleric subclasses and realized, what's the one kind of god that exists in basically every culture that isn't represented here?
Gods of Love.
God of Love. I mean, we also, like, was it you and me that made the Travel Domain Cleric ages ago?
Yes, and we were gonna do it again because I think we lost it.
No, it was the Battle Poet Ranger and I lost. I've still got the improv.
So annoyed. I was really proud of the Battle Poet Ranger.
We did really
I thought
well
we made
that.
such a good one.
Yeah. But I've still got the Travel Domain Cleric because we sort of flavoured it with a lot of Ranger stuff. Because you really like Rangers, because Rangers are great.
I appreciate that in 5e, Rangers get... please don't say that like terribly off-putting.
I refuse to say it any other way now.
Love.
Power of love. I refuse to say anything but a slight Elvis impersonation. You brought this on yourself, Phoebe.
I'm very aware that in 5e, people hate on the Ranger a lot. And I really like the Ranger. I really like actually the way that the OG Ranger is designed. I also think that the revised Ranger was a really good improvement on that. I'm less keen on the Tasha's Ranger.
See, I quite like the Tasha's Ranger.
I know you do.
But you've got to, because the rules in Tasha's are optional, you can pick and choose them a bit. Like,
yes,
I chucked out the sort of marked enemy feature for Natural Explorer, so that I could, like, for the actual favorite enemy from the original.
Yeah.
But I mostly did that because, one, the favorite foe feature in Tasha's sucks. Because it takes concentration.
Yeah.
So it's just Hunter's Mark, but shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the other feature it gets, which is sort of the Natural Explorer, gives you a lot as you go up. Because you get a couple of extra languages, proficiency, you get the one thing that Rangers should have had from the original, which is you get a climbing speed and a swimming speed.
Yep.
At 6th level. It's really good.
It's great. And people don't appreciate that about Rangers, that's all stuff that they had, they had to start with. And people can go and do.
Yeah, but they didn't, is the thing. Like, because the Tasha's Ranger 6th level ability, you get your walking speed increases by 5 feet, and you get a climbing speed and a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. Which is great, because Rangers should be either equal or only second to monks in terms of traversal. Yeah. Like, you're a ranger, you're supposed to be out in the world, like, doing stuff and exploring. And then you get a temporary... And then and then, again, the 10th level ability that is part of that, the whole Deft Explorer thing, is you get the ability to give yourself some temporary hit points, and...
Ranging, in fact. Far
and
wide.
Home on the Ranger. And you lose... And you get the ability to get rid of exhaustion on short rests. Because you're a ranger, you're really used to like sleeping rough in the woods and shit, man. Like, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's a really good flavor. I feel that the problem with some of the OG Ranger was, honestly, a lot of the subclasses in the original Ranger, the one in the player's handbook, I feel they kind of were lacking in flavor as well as like usable abilities. It really felt like when they built it, they didn't quite know what they were doing.
I would agree.
Yeah.
There's a strong vibe that, the Ranger, they didn't really know what to do with the Ranger. Yeah. And actually, I feel like that's a common problem in a lot of media that tries to engage a kind of Ranger class.
Well, the classic example is Lord of the Rings. Whenever people say Lord of the Rings Ranger, they think Legolas, which is not true. Legolas is a fighter.
Aragorn is a ranger.
Aragorn is a fucking ranger.
Yeah.
It's all about tracking, knowing the wilderness. It's basically like, rogues are quite urban themed, rangers should be the inverse and be very like wild themed.
Yeah.
That's why they get all the nature spells and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like rangers are... That's the thing is, every subclass that came out after that, all the stuff in Xanathars and Tashas,
it's great.
Are fucking amazing.
Yeah, I know, Rangers now have some absolutely amazing subclasses.
Yeah, genuinely. Like, I am playing a Swarmkeeper Ranger in my friend's Grimhollow campaign, and there was a point that came out where, genuinely, because of character conflict, I was really scared I was going to have to go PvP with the Paladin. I worked out that I would win.
That's hardcore. Of love, Aragorn is the hotter, which makes him by far better. You know what? Absolutely right. Rangers are hot.
Rangers are hot. They're rugged.
Yup. Rangers would get a shirtless calendar. All right, that's just a fact. Nobody wants a shirtless calendar of clerics. All right, the Catholic Church are not allowed a shirtless calendar. No, just him.
Like, your ranger should be the ultimate hobo. Okay. Like, this is the man in the woods who is just prepared. And Rangers don't have to use bows. Rangers, I feel like, would get a lot more out of dual wielding than other classes. But that's just me. That's getting down into things. Also, they should be able to disengage as a bonus action.
Yes.
Because just get that. Just, not like as much as rogues, just get them the power to disengage as a bonus action, because holy shit, it makes life so much crazier. But we're not talking about Rangers here. We're supposed to be talking about clerics.
This is true. The ones who are not allowed a shirtless calendar.
Exactly. Except these ones might be. Because we're talking about love clerics.
That is true. Love clerics would absolutely make a shirtless calendar, whether you ask them to or not.
What up?
What up, my peeps?
Please tell me the Catholic Church do not actually have shirtless calendars of priests.
No, we can't have...
Nope.
I've got to Google this now.
Please, Chris, no, don't Google shirtless priests, you'll end up on a list.
Catholic shirtless calendar.
This is gonna... My brother is about to be put on a list. You missed a lot of us...
Calendario Romano, aka the Hot Priest Calendar 2023. No, it's a thing! As shared by Queer Guru, which of course is hilarious. The Catholics, so gay and they don't even know it.
As if Catholicism didn't already reek of repressed homosexuality.
I have to say, it's not particularly steamy, but it is. Hang on, let me send you this picture. Let me send you this picture. No, this is class, and you can share it with the stream so that the stream understand what the Catholics think is a hot priest calendar.
Please, Chris, don't get us cancelled on Twitch.
I'm not getting us cancelled. I'm sharing the good word of our Lord, buff, sexy priest. Yeah.
I mean, that hat, though.
That hat, right?
Fucking Jesus.
Hot priest calendar says pulses racing and Roman slails out fast.
Can we start talking about the actually hot priests? We want to talk about the Love Domain.
The Love Domain.
The Love Domain. Because every culture has love gods. All of them. Ishtar, Astarte, Aphrodite. Fucking, oh god, was the hot priest from Fleabag on it? Unfortunately, no, Andrew Scott is not on there. But like, there's love gods in every single culture that isn't deeply repressed. I mean, you could argue that Jehovah is a, you could argue that Yahweh is a big love god, but I wouldn't. I
mean, depends on Old or New Testament.
Jesus was a love god.
Jesus was hella into
Jesus
love.
was a big love guy. Okay, Jesus was a big old hippie. So what I want to discuss is a lot of clerics get bonus proficiencies when they start. Usually this is like weapons or heavy armor or maybe an extra cantrip or so. And I would like to put forward that this class should have the Friends cantrip baked into it.
Yes. Agreed.
On that subject, are there any skills do you think this class should gain a proficiency in?
Well, presumably persuasion.
See, I thought about that, but like, yeah, persuasion, yes.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, persuasion, yeah, because you want persuasion rather than intimidation.
Definitely not deception.
No, you don't deceive we don't deceive our friends.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking the things, because as a cleric, yeah. Oh dear. So you get to choose two from history, insight, medicine, persuasion, and religion. So you already get persuasion as a skill proficiency, potentially. So, and insight.
I think insight would be a. What about animal handling? No.
I think it's because I'm concerned because you get those already. So I don't know if possibly. If we want to,
well, it wouldn't be the first subclass where it gives you a proficiency in something that you can already choose a proficiency in.
That's fair.
It's a fairly common thing because usually there's a little clause that say, or another skill, if you already have proficiency in that. Because a number of species or backgrounds will give you, like backgrounds give you proficiency in loads of shit. Usually 2 skills.
Yeah, that's fair. And actually, to be fair, since clerics get their domain at first level, it's not a huge problem. So yeah, okay, well definitely persuasion then.
Yeah.
I am tempted to say that we give it just persuasion, but I feel like we go hard. I feel like Love Domain Cleric is one that should be really good at one thing.
And I think that should be charming people, which means
yes.
I think one of the spell, because at first level you also get 2 extra spells for your domain.
Yep.
I think one of them has to be Charm Person.
Agreed.
Can you think of what Another one could be.
Let me get my spell book.
Get any first level spell, because it doesn't have to be a cleric spell.
Prepared. Yeah, no, absolutely. Master list.
Absorb elements, alarm, animal friendship, maybe.
Well, that would go with Kelly Beeb's suggestion about animal handling.
Yeah. Arms of Hadar. It's hugs, big hugs.
Hug.
Bane,
Hug.
Beast Bond, Bless would be a good one.
Ceremony, I think, is second level. Weirdly.
No, Ceremony's first level.
Is it first level?
Yeah.
Fair.
Charm person, of course.
Bless. Well, you get bless anyway.
Comprehend languages actually might be a good call.
Possibly.
Because that, like, you know, talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Divine.
We're looking through the exact same list.
They're looking through the exact same list.
I mean, if we want to talk about hugs, we could look at ensnaring strike.
Okay, we could really boost this. We could make this cleric really, really busted and give it find familiar.
I mean but you mean you want it to be like as many friends as we can physically fit on the field? Is that what your brain is thinking?
We want to give the love to everybody. We love everybody.
I mean, it's certainly an option.
Or we can be disgusting and give them grease.
No friend lube. No friend lube. Heroism might be worthwhile.
Was just thinking that, yeah.
I was also looking at Gift of Alacrity, which is basically like
that boosts your initiative, doesn't it?
Yeah, by a D8.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Good shit. Is there
Sanctuary is always a solid one.
Is there anything else I'm looking at here and going, like, love-based? Love.
Shield of Faith. Because you're going to be more support. Snare. catch your love.
Entangle.
Well, I suppose that's... Yeah, what kind of love are we talking about? Like, are we specifically talking about benevolent love? Or are we occasionally talking about, it's the language of love?
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry. That's a... Can't even remember the name of the band now. The people who did What the Fox Say.
Oh, Ilvis.
Tentacle love, clearly.
Well, that's the thing is, we have 2 spells at every level. So what we could do is we could show the more, like, charming side of love and then maybe the more destructive side of love with each spell.
Yeah.
So we could do that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about compelled duel? Me and only me.
It's a solid option. I enjoy it as a spell, but it's a spell for tanks.
It is a spell for tanks, and clerics can be pretty tanky.
They can, so we could absolutely make this another tank cleric.
I mean, we should probably give it.
We're
not giving it heavy armor though.
Room and just goes massive vibes.
No, Chris, no.
What?
Command.
Love me.
All shall love me in despair.
I feel like erring towards Galadriel is maybe not where we wanted to go, but also we don't really know where we want to go, so it is an option.
I mean, you could do that, or maybe you could do cause fear.
Love and fear are both sides of the same coin.
Yeah, love makes you do the wacky.
Well, that's not dissimilar actually to the Fey Warlock, in that you get both like charm and fear. That's the 2 things that you do.
Yeah, but that's less about. We are being quite a bit more love-centric here, so... Actually, I know what we should do. Let's include a gay spell. Color spray!
Color spray! Taste the rainbow.
Exactly.
The rainbow tastes like pain!
The color spray blinds you. Oh my god, blinded by love. It's perfect. It is!
Yeah...
So color
I think it's more to be that justice is blind. Let's not have yandere love. Fucking damn, can we not have yandere love?
That's down to the player if they want to make a yandere cleric.
I just don't want this to be yandere simulator.
I don't want to. Well, it can't be yandere simulator, Chris, because we're gonna finish this.
Sorry, that was a an unnecessary amount of laughter.
So I'm going to put down color spray.
Fuck it, charm person and color spray. Let's go.
I mean, I like the idea of like just having a very, a rainbow of a whole rainbow, and it blinds people. Blinded by love. It's the whole thing.
Cool.
It's not my dumbest. It's not my dumbest through line of
fuck
logic.
Not? First level, 3 cantrips of your choice. Learn additional cleric things.
Okay, do we want to give it an extra
domain spells? So
we don't really need a. Do we want to give it an ability?
I'm still not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. Let me just. I'm gonna open up some sunglasses. I'm gonna open up some sunglasses and just see what
subclass
peeps do. Because, obviously, you're kind of base cleric at first level. You get a lot to start with.
Yeah.
You get your domain, and you basically get a lot of magic. You get your cantrips, you get your domain, you get your spells.
Yeah, you're a full ass caster.
Aye, you are indeed a full ass caster. You can cast a heck of a lot of ass.
Yeah. But a lot of them give bonus proficiencies and a first level ability, like Twilight, Tempest, and Light, so
Arcana you get a bonus proficiency and you get 2 wizard cantrips.
Yeah, but that's the only first thing it does, along with Knowledge Cleric. Knowledge only gets because with Knowledge you get
gives you proficiency with martial weapons, a necromancy cantrip from any spell list, and you can. Holy shit, that's great!
What is this, Grave?
Death Domain Clerics. You can just a necromancy cantrip that normally only targets one person can target 2, as long as they're next to each other.
To be fair,
that's excellent.
Well, to be fair, there's not a lot of necromancy cantrips.
Well, yes, but also that's still kind of great.
Well, you can hit 2 people with Toll the Dead. Yeah, because there's 4. There's Chill Touch, which, targeting 2 people with that, really fucking good. Sapping Sting, which I don't know anything about. You sap the vitality of one creature you can see in range. Constitution saving throw, take a d4 of damage and fall prone. Okay, that's really fucking good.
Yep, you can hit 2 people with that.
Yeah, Spare the Dying, being able to spare 2 people, kind of cool. And Toll the Dead, which is the highest damage cantrip. Yeah. So actually, I retract my statement. Death Domain can fucking kick ass.
Yep, Death Domain apparently can kick everybody's ass at fucking first level.
Yes.
Forge Domain gets an armor, gets a boost in AC, a proficiency with heavy armor and smith's tools, and an ability to imbue magic into weapons and armor. But that gives you the boost in AC, to be fair. But that's a solid ability.
Yeah, like that. Tempest Domain get their ability to zap people who hurt them. Light Domain get the ability to flash people for disadvantage. And Twilight gets the ability to give somebody 300 feet of dark vision.
That's so dumb. It's unbelievably dumb.
Yeah.
Clerics get a lot!
Clerics are fucking scary!
They are. So we clearly need to get... this is the thing, right? So, for instance...
That's a point, yeah. I like the idea of this being buffing your party members. Like, you're spreading the love to...
Yeah, I know, it should definitely be a support.
Yeah, this is a very support-heavy cleric.
Yeah, because that's what love be for.
Because we've done an aggressive bard, now let's do a support cleric.
Yes, see? That's what we're here for. But I'm looking at knowledge domain clerics just now.
Because they get languages and a couple of expertise.
Yes, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like love domain clerics should be really super good at that one thing, which should be persuasion. All right, it should absolutely be choose love, not war, and it should be buffing the party. So I think expertise. I think bonus proficiency in persuasion or expertise if you already have it.
Okay.
Because that's basically what knowledge domain clerics get.
Okay.
But with 2 things. So take that with 1 thing and then take an extra ability.
Yeah, because you've got the friends cantrip. I like the idea of expertise because love should be a supporting thing. It should be something that supports something. So I like the idea of giving another player expertise in a skill as a temporary buff.
Cool. That would be really. I mean, that would be broke AF, but that would be super good. In fact, no, it wouldn't be broke AF because it scales with them.
Yep.
As expertise does anyway.
Yep. And it would only be a temporary thing, and you'd only choose 1 skill. So it's like and basically limit to it. You can do it a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier.
Yeah.
So that's a support ability that will come in handy throughout everything.
They can't love anyone else if they're dead. Are we limiting this romantic love? Is set, but yeah. So it's not. Yeah, no. We're kind of going for general overall love and various flavors of love. We haven't settled on a particular love as of yet.
Yeah.
But I don't think this wants to be. I feel like we limit the subclass too much right off the bat if we make it like a pair bonded thing.
Like if you have to choose one that means okay, one of the spells we're gonna get later though, it should be Warding Bond.
I don't actually know Warding Bond very well. What's that do?
Basically you pair yourself up with another creature and you give that creature resistance to all damage and an AC bonus. They also can't be reduced to 0 hit points, but you also take all the damage that they do.
Damn, that's solid.
So it's very much I'm with you.
Can paladins get that?
I don't know.
Because if they can, I give that to Samson.
It's a
that would be
3rd level spell, I think.
Probably not then.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Spell Warding Bond. No, Warding Bond's a 2nd level spell.
I don't have it, so that's fine.
Paladins can get it. The spell wards a willing creature you touch and creates a mystic connection between you and the target until the spell ends. While the target is within 60 feet of you, it gains a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. It has resistance to all damage. Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage.
This is... I wonder if maybe this is because we're playing in Foundry, so I've imported all my spells in Foundry and it's not come through.
It might not have done because it was an optional one that was added in Tasha's, I believe.
Right, okay.
The spell ends and drops 0 hit points,
that.
and if you and the target become separated by more than 60 feet. It also ends if the spell is cast again on either of the connected creatures. You can also dismiss the spell as an action. So let me just check.
Right.
Paladin, that's the rogue.
Gonna put this on my Paladin. My Paladin is the best tanky boy.
Yeah, because the Paladin's got 5 extra spells in Tasha's, which was Gentle Repose, Prayer of Healing, Warding Bond, Spirit Shroud, and Summon Celestial.
I haven't got any of those on Samson,
Well,
so I will do that.
I don't think you can cast Spirit Shroud or Summon Celestial yet, because they're 3rd and 5th level spells, respectively.
I have 3rd level spells.
You're what? You're an 8th level Paladin, 2 levels Sorcerer?
8 level Paladin, 2 levels in Sorcerer.
Yeah.
So, that makes me,
4th level Caster.
Something, I don't know. 8, no, because 8 it's
5th level caster. No, it's because it's half your levels is a half caster. That's 4, plus all your levels a full caster.
So that's 6.
Which makes you a 6th level caster.
Yeah, I'm a 6th level caster. Baby!
Which, according to the diagram I have in front of me, means you will have access to 3rd level spells, yeah.
Yeah! That's pretty good.
Nice. Right, first level
Everyone
ability.
loves taking a level dip into full caster.
First level ability. As an action, you can touch one friendly creature and choose one skill.
For the next minute, they will have expertise in that skill.
For the next minute, a creature is allowed to add double their proficiency bonus to that skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or... Because the problem is if you say double the proficiency to that skill and they already have the proficiency in that skill, that's triple proficiency.
I can twist the language of that.
Yeah, so it would be they can add Yeah, double proficiency. If they already have proficiency in that skill, then they only add the proficiency again once. Words. But basically expertise in any skill they like. Sounds pretty. I love that idea because like you could end up with somebody who's got like, you know, -2 in charisma, and be like, you now have expertise in intimidation. Go.
See, that's the thing. Is I also like the idea of a Love Domain Cleric being an excellent wingman.
I absolutely be like, you got this, kid. Go on. You ask them out. Absolutely. Look at them all there, all tentacly and alone. You should absolutely go and in a non-creepy way buy them a drink. I'll hype you up. Oh dear. You can tell I would be a terrible wingman.
It's the thought that counts.
Well, yeah. Winging is not a thing I've ever really done.
Okay, now we get sort of the big one.
What's the big one?
Channel Divinity.
Yes, our second level thing.
Channel Divinity, because these are abilities you only get to use like once a day, twice or 3 times at later levels. But they are usually really powerful. Like for example, the Tempest Cleric gets that max out lightning damage. They get the max out lightning damage, and
yeah. And it's lightning and thunder.
Lightning or thunder. Yeah.
You could. It's absolutely insane what you could do with a 2-level Tempest Domain Cleric.
Yeah, you saw Thunderball.
I did see Thunderball. I also, have power building friends who are like, chromatic orb.
Yeah. There's also but there's also the War Domain Cleric, which gets to add +10 to an attack roll.
Which is also
nuts! Or, like, Forge Domain, which gets to just make shit.
So, maybe this is because Arcane Domain is at the start of the alphabet. Maybe this is because you've just introduced it to me, but as an action, you can present your holy symbol, one celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend. That covers a fairly wide range of things.
Yeah, but it
doesn't make a wisdom save, or is abjured.
Yeah, I think the only drawback to that one is that you can only target one creature with it.
Yeah.
Whereas the turn on dead, which all clerics get, is every rotting fucker within 30 feet of you.
Yes. But obviously you have both at that point.
Yeah.
And at the point where you hit 5th level, and as a cleric with your turn undead, you can just eviscerate. Those undead.
Yeah, you just turn them off. Some, however, get 2 channel abilities.
Arcane one, it becomes banishment.
Yeah. Nope, they don't. Or you get, then you get things like the Knowledge Domain Cleric, where you get to have an action, and then for 10 minutes you get proficiency in a skill or a tool.
Which is cool, but obviously less startling.
Very thematic.
We're kind of already doing something like that, and obviously, Knowledge Domain gets 2 channel divinities, as some clerics do.
Knowledge Domain gets its 2nd channel divinity at 6th level.
Oh, I misread that.
Yeah, so did I the first time.
Oh well.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like, Light Domain get to do a huge burst of light. I think this should be I think it should probably be a mass charm.
I think like a mass charm would be good. Death Domain Cleric. You just kill people.
Fucking die.
Yeah. The 2nd level, 5.
Oh wow!
Your cleric level, which is a guaranteed +9 damage to your melee attack, which is pretty heavy at 2nd level.
Yeah, That hurts.
Yeah. Becomes less powerful, obviously, later.
And also, that is still only one hit.
Yeah.
But that's still a big hit.
That's a big hit that at second level could probably kill someone.
Yeah, because that's usually +9 plus whatever your strength is.
Yup. And also,
so that's
at
probably
6th level,
plus 12 damage.
Yeah, at 6th level, you just ignore any resistances to necrotic damage. You're like, now, see this big damage I do? Now you have to take it.
Oh my God.
You have to take it up the ass.
It doesn't say anything about immunity, but I would probably allow someone to homebrew that and be like, right, immunity now counts as resistance.
Aye, because it's for spells and your channel divinity.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurts.
Yup.
Yeah, that shit hurts. Oh, damn it. Apparently you are frozen. It's because I keep minimizing Skype, and for some reason, if I have Skype open window, but something is in front of it, it's fine.
Yeah. Aye.
But if I minimize Skype, you freeze.
Yeah, I will.
I'm
not that interesting, guys. Don't worry about it. My face hasn't changed. I haven't shaved since last you saw me.
Yes, but you suit a beard.
I do.
Yes. So the channel divinity.
Yeah, like a mass charm would be good.
Every creature in 30 feet of you has to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah. Besides willing creatures, presumably. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Unwilling creatures. Unwilling creatures must make a saving throw. Or bet. Mucho to charm mode.
You can present your holy symbol and force every creature of your choice within 30 feet. 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet's the standard.
Yeah, what's the limit on turn undead?
Turn undead.
Turn undead is turn undead is 30 feet. Yeah.
Cool. That's alright then. That's alright then.
Oh, that's another thing that you should probably be aware of for Samson. There is another extra ability that Paladins got in Tasha's, which was an extra channel divinity, which is called Harness Divine Power, which means that you can use your channel divinity to regain a spell slot equal to half your Paladin level.
That's kind of wonderful, because that means I have a channel divinity to restore smite slots, and I also have sorcery points to restore smite slots.
Yeah.
That's kind of great.
I mean, yeah, no, it's something I use as judge fairly often, because honestly, I don't like the Oath of the Crown channel divinities. I don't like them.
No, I don't mind them. I feel like the Turn the Tide one is somewhat underpowered.
Turn the Tide is kind of useless.
Yeah, like, you can give everybody 1d6 health, but you're doing that at, 9th level.
Yeah, but also...
Or even 6th level,
but also,
it's, mostly useless.
But also, you can only do it if they're below half health.
Yeah, so and if you're below half health, a d6 doesn't help.
A d6 isn't going to do you a lot. Like, a d6 plus your charisma ain't going to do much.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah. I got a lot of use out of the... I got a bit of use out of the...
The Champion Challenge.
Yeah, the Champion Challenge, except I was playing with people who were a lot more melee focused, so actually it didn't really mean shit.
Yeah, I think it's good if you're in a party full of squishy spellcasters.
Yeah.
The Champion Challenge. And the Champion Challenge was the reason I took Oath of the Crown. That was the bit I liked about it.
See,
wasn't so fussed about the other stuff.
The ability I got the most use out of is the one where you can basically just do the get down, Mr. President, and take damage instead of somebody.
That is very good.
Yeah, I got a lot of use out of that one.
Yeah. As long as you've got a hench-ass constitution.
You gotta have a hench-ass constitution, because you can't reduce the damage in any way. That includes being, like Judge was, a barbarian multi-class.
Yeah.
Man, any damage he was taking was reduced, because, man, Barbaradin is fucking nuts as a combo.
It's pretty hench. It's pretty crazy.
Even a 1-level dip into Barbarian is fucking nuts for...
Yeah, because you just get rage.
You get rage. I would recommend no higher than a 2-level dip, really.
Yeah, it's
because reckless attack is good though. Like reckless attack is really fucking good because increasing your crit rate as a paladin is nuts.
Extending the range at a higher level would be good. Enchanted Badger. This is true.
Extending the range for the love in.
Yeah, would be solid.
Yes.
Bird is
charisma saving throw. If Jesus.
Words.
Hello, Minty.
The mintiest of minty
Minty
freshness has arrived.
If they fail, they become charmed and friendly to you.
Yes.
You for 1 minute.
1 minute's the normal for these effects.
I mean,
again, I think much like
again, I'm basing this a lot on turn undead.
With the range, we can extend.
Again, I'm basing this on turn undead, which is also a minute.
Yeah, I think like turn undead and the Arcana one as well, which is again the same kind of deal. The arcane abjuration.
Like this is a battle ender, is what this is.
Yeah.
Is if you make if everybody fails the saving throw, you can end a battle, and a minute is long enough for you to say nice things to people and make your excuses and fucking leg it.
Yeah. And then later we'll come up with a good one for interrogation. Because what is friendship without intense questioning? Taking damage from your party that you love. It works here too. Oh! That's a good shout! As a later thing, we could borrow that, the Paladins Get Down, Mr. President.
Yeah. Let's say we increase the range of this let's say we increase the range of this at 8th level.
Yeah.
Make it 60 feet.
Hang on. I had this up a second ago because our divine feature levels are 1, 2,
1, 2, 6, 8, and 17.
6, 8. Yeah, it's the jump from 8 to 17 is kind of wild.
Well, think about what you get between levels 8
spells.
And 17. Exactly, that's it. You get spells and you get divine intervention.
Yes, which is. Again, I feel that's heavily, like contextual.
It's really not, but it is. It's hard to pull off, but it is the most powerful ability in all of D&D.
But it's also, it's like it entirely depends who your DM is, what the situation is. Describe the assistance you seek. Roll a percentile dice. You roll a number equal to or lower than the cleric level your deity intervenes. The DM chooses the nature of the intervention. The effects of any cleric spell or cleric domain would be appropriate. If deity intervenes, you can't use the feature again for 7 days. And 20th level, you call for intervention, succeeds automatically. But again, it's what your DM decides.
I mean, yeah, but any sensible DM will work with you to be like, you say, hello, I have called my god for help. I'd like to do some stuff with this.
Alright. And let's specifically say cleric spell or cleric domain spell would be appropriate.
Yeah. So it's a bit like how Wish has some suggested stuff. Like Wish can cast you can use Wish to cast any spell of 8th level or lower. But that's just a suggestion. I fully look at that as being like, you can call a god down and be like, help me.
Yes, that very much feels like what it is.
That is Stone Cold the most powerful ability.
What's the... There's a whole bunch of optional ones here. So these will be from Tasha's, presumably.
Cantrip versatility just means you get to swap out a cantrip whenever you get an ASI.
You'll see Blessed Strikes. You're blessed with Divine Might in battle. When the creature takes damage from one of your cantrips or weapon attacks, you can also deal 1d8 radiant damage. That's kind of cool. And you can use that without restriction once per turn.
So that's pretty standard for clerics. Is a lot of them get either get a Divine Strike, which lets them infuse a type of damage relevant to their domain, or they get to add their wisdom modifier to their cantrips.
This is in place of Divine Strike, apparently. And then, obviously Divine Intervention at 10th level. No, that's fair. That's fair. So, okay, so you're thinking 8th level would be an expanding of range. So what are we thinking? So, and 6th level would be either an improvement or another Channel Divinity. You can tell I've played lots of clerics.
Yeah. I'm going to say at 6th level you increases to 60 feet.
8th level increased to 60.
8th level, sorry.
Yeah.
6th level, we can make it. We can make another thing.
I mean,
to be fair, a 60-foot radius charm is pretty fucking solid.
that's pretty fucking solid, but you do only get to do it once.
Yes.
Like you get your second use of Channel Divinity at 6th level. You get 2 uses of Channel Divinity at 6th level, and you get your 3rd use at 18th.
Yeah.
Clerics have a lot of dead space in the middle.
They do, which is, I think, just for spells.
Yeah.
And a bunch of ASIs. They also get a steady increase in their Destroy Undead thing.
Yeah, that's at least
That
something.
That kind of fills a lot of space.
But Destroy Undead's pretty situational because you have to be facing, undead.
Yeah, and it is, to do with...
And entirely, antithetical to, Death Domain Clerics. Just
yes.
them particularly. Every other domain, yeah, it's fine.
Tis a strange one.
Yeah. I still really like that they did the City Domain Cleric. That was got to be one of my favourite of the Modern Magic subclasses. I want to do more Modern Magic stuff. I really want to do stuff with that.
Well, you wanted to do a Modern Magic campaign that we were going to run on this at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just the fact that they only ever released one UA for it that had a couple of had some spells and 3 subclasses, one for the cleric, one for the wizard, one for the warlock.
Well then, clearly we are going to have to make our own Modern Magic subclasses for fucking everybody. And make our own Modern Magic spells, aren't we, Jonathan? This is what we're here for!
Yeah, baby!
So, once we've made our entire own fucking Modern Magic thing, then we'll go and run it with some people. And
yeah,
pizza,
baby! Anyway.
Blackjack and hookers.
At 6th level. What is our 6th level ability?
Do you want blackjack or do you want hookers for 6th level? You cannot have both.
Love Domain hookers. That reminds me. What are going to be our spells that we get at 3rd level?
That's a fucking point.
Because they're normally 2nd level spells. One of them is going to be Warding Bond.
Yes, we were going to do some Warding Bond. Wand those boards.
One of those boards.
Wand those boards. Boarding wand.
Boarding wand. Right. 2nd level spells. Agonize.
We've got aid.
Alter self.
No, don't change yourself.
Love makes you change.
That's a bad message to give to the children. Calm emotions would be solid.
Blindness, deafness.
We could again going on the color.
Calm emotions.
Yeah, well, maybe we do one that's like happy love and one that's violent love.
Okay.
Crown of Madness.
Crown of Madness. Love does make you do the wacky.
It does make you do the wacky. Enhance ability would be solid.
Oh, enhance ability would be great for this.
Yeah, because it's very much still in the kind of thing that we're aiming for.
But also at the same time, enthrall.
Enthrall is pretty perfect.
So fucking crazy.
Very stupid.
Find
steed. Have horse friend.
Give him a horse.
Absolutely. Self-love, Kelly B. Self-love. That's where it's at. Any spirits. Hold person. Hold person.
Oh no!
I just want to be held.
Oh no!
I was just thinking that my love burns hot as molten metal, Jay.
I was gonna go for MILF's Acid Arrow.
That what toxic love?
Sure. Mirror image.
Love yourself.
Me and my other friends. Phantasm. Oh, if we want to be really sad about it, we can give them Pass Without Trace. Hey guys, I just made a cleric of unrequited love.
Oh god. Immovable object because your love is a rock.
Rope trick.
No, nobody likes magic tricks on a first date.
Sure.
Magic mouth because you want to call them. I guess.
Suggestion. Zone of truth.
Moonbeam!
Zone of truth, because you should always be honest in a relationship.
That's true. That's true. Zone of truth would be a solid option.
Pyrotechnics,
Pyrotechnics, because you want to give them fireworks.
That is kind of cool.
That's it. I think that would be a really cute one.
That would be a really cute one.
Also, I didn't realize that this was an actual cantrip.
But genuinely, I think maybe something like calm emotions or...
Calm emotions feels like it would be a kind of solid, obvious option.
Or enhanceability
Continual
again for like the supporting angle. Just being like really supportive people.
Enhanceability as well, I think, a very excellent option. Although I do also appreciate that you like the idea of warding bond. Although I just saw that there's also a warding wind you can get, which presumably you fart to...
Well, we're getting 2 spells here. One of them's definitely going to be warding bond, because holy shit, that just fits so well for this.
Absolutely. They get all the good things.
Yeah.
Oh, Samson does apparently have it. On my spellbook, but not on Foundry.
Well, we'll sort that later.
Cool. Enlarge it!
Yes.
Maybe we should do that one day for the meme. We'll make a cleric. Make a cleric.
No, we gotta make that a warlock. I have sought the forbidden knowledge of the little blue pill.
I have sought the forbidden knowledge of Rule 34.
I've sought the forbidden knowledge of all those internet ads that keep saying. I've sought it. I clicked on the spam email link and now I'm a warlock.
Particularly for a modern magic campaign, I definitely like the idea of a warlock who clicks the spam email and then gets ensnared by a patron.
Well, the warlock modern magic is the ghost in the machine. It's basically an AI.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yes, no, I like spam email links to obtain your magical servants.
I love it so much.
Right. Let's. So we want warding bond. I am actually for, because I think calm emotions is a wee bit pointless if we've already got a large charm thing.
Yeah.
I am for enhanceability.
Yeah, I think enhanceability should be good.
Whilst Kelly B dreams of kinky clerics, and Phoebe McIndoe does join. It's a Kelly and a Phoebe in some too much kinky clerics. But then we're back to the fucking
hot priests.
Hot priest Callan.
All right. Do we want to do the 5th level spells, and then do the 6th level ability?
What?
Because you get spells at 5th level.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You thought I meant like 5th level spells.
5th level spells. Yeah.
Sorry, I phrased that very badly. Those are usually, I think, 3rd level spells.
I mean, you can get a hell of a lot of stamina.
I think they're 3rd level spells.
I would assume they're 3rd level spells.
Yeah, because that's what you
Hey,
get.
Aura of Vitality!
Aura of Vitality, Beacon of Hope, Bestow Curse, Blink,
Catnap! I want to explore the Phoebe and Kelly and some fun priests! That's not for this stream! You can have your own stream!
Take me to church, I worship black and...
Yeah, you can have your own stream where you explore each other and hot priests.
Well, that took a turn.
Whoop! I'm so sad that Barry's not on the stream. She would be absolutely diving in on this. My God.
Fucking would, yeah.
Yeah, my wife who collects the bisexuals. That's the plan. Oh God.
We have a spell called Fast Friends.
Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds very, very platonic. Very, very non-eyebrows.
Yeah. When you cast this spell, choose one humanoid within range that can see and hear you and that can understand you.
Racist. What if I want to make friends with a doggo?
Then get animal friendship. It's a lower level spell.
Exactly.
The creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you for the duration. While the creature is charmed in this way, it undertakes to perform any service or activities you ask of it in a friendly manner to the best of its ability. You can set the creature's new task when a previous task is completed, or if you decide to end its current task. If the service or activity might cause harm to the creature, or if it conflicts with the creature's normal activities and desires, the creature can make another wisdom saving throw to try and end the effect. The save is made with advantage if you or your companions are fighting the creature. If activity would result in certain death of the creature, the spell ends. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
I think we should do Hunger of Hadar instead.
Hugs of
Fill
Hadar?
the void. Hunger of Hadar. Fill the void inside me with your love.
Done. I think we should do Leomund's tiny hut.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. As soon as I saw it was a 3rd level spell, I was like, Jonathan's gonna say we need Leomund's tiny hut because you just love you love a tiny hut.
I do love a tiny hut, but I do also have thematic reasons.
Oh yeah?
Love Shack. Your loving bond is sheltering all your friends. I mean, I could have said meld into stone because you're just going to get rock hard. Meld into stone, or as I like to call it, become floor.
Become floor.
Remember that?
That was so good. That was so good. We had it was my campaign, and Jonathan just became floor. There's a 3rd level spell called tongues. No! Put it away!
Tongues lets you speak. It lets you speak in different languages.
Although I'm sure you could use such a dexterous tongue for many other things.
Oh God.
I think that was the point.
The spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language.
It is in fact the language of love. We can absolutely do tongues and call it the language of love.
We're doing tongues!
Fuck's sake!
We're doing tongues! I want to do tongues and I want to do vampiric touch. But I think that's just my natural cynicism coming in.
The language of someone's body. Kelly! I can't deal with this. Too much.
Strong as sun.
Would you like to come and join all of the overly sexual bisexuals in the chat? Yeah, your people are here. And they regret nothing.
No, you shut the fuck up with water breathing.
Water breathing.
Bye.
Yeah!
There we go. We have had the obligatory Barry appearance. Please close the door.
Your key's almost ready.
Thank you. I love you. Oh man. Wrestling epic. Yes, Barry.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
Oh man. Some lesser demons.
I was gonna say sending.
Fair. I just like the idea of having friends. And you can summon so many different kinds of friends.
I mean, summon lesser demons or summon fae.
Or shadow spawn, or undead. Or tiny servant! There's a spell called Tiny Servant. I didn't know this exists.
Yeah, tiny servant.
One tiny non-magical object that isn't attached to another object. And it animates. It sprouts little arms and little legs and becomes a creature. Oh my god! I didn't know this was a thing. I want one. I want a tiny friend. Jonathan, can we make Garen get the spell?
I mean, it is an artificer spell.
Yeah, and we want him to make lots of tiny friends for everybody.
I think we did discuss him getting like a homunculus, which would just be like a sentient blob of paint.
Yeah, but also he should just have lots of tiny friends. He can make a tiny paintbrush, grow arms and legs, and be his friend. He could have a little paintbrush friend.
For 8 hours.
But it would be a great 8 hours.
It really would. It really would. Now I just want to see the adventures of Jimbo and the tiny paintbrush.
That would be
It would be like Asterix and Obelix, but if Obelix was a raving fucking lunatic.
But yeah, like it's Asterix Obelix if Obelix did meth.
Yes, yes. Also known as the Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I mean, you need, what's your other reason for destroying all those fucking pots?
I say this every time, but I love the sort of the idea that all of the Links are their own distinct characters and their own distinct personalities, and in that sort of context, Breath of the Wild Link is just fucking psychotic.
Why is Breath of the Wild Link the psychotic?
Have you seen the speedruns?
No.
That is the Link who wakes up in his pants and is like, I'ma fight God with a stick.
I mean, that's just speedrunners. That's just what speedrunners be like.
Yeah, but it became so like, genuinely so much. Like, Breath of the Wild Link is just the perfect example of, I do not know who I am. I do not know where I have come from. All I know is that I must kill.
A medieval version of Clippy. It's absolutely a fucking
Tiny
medieval version of
servant.
Clippy. Yes. Buck-ass naked, grab a stick and sprint together.
That's Breath of the Wild Link, and he's just, like, I love the idea that all the other Links are, like, still fairly heroic. Like, Wind Waker Link's a bit sassy. Twilight Princess Link is a bit edgy. And, Breath of the Wild Link is just absolutely fucking terrifying.
I mean, we could absolutely build that as a D&D subclass.
Well, the Path of the...
Path of the Naked Loon.
Path of the Naked Loon! If that's not a barbarian, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Or Path of the Feral Child, if you wanted to make it a ranger who just runs and soaks damage.
Excellent. So right, yeah. Do we want to do tongues and...
tongues I think is actually a really good suggestion.
Yeah.
Despite the cunnilingus.
Yeah. We're all cunnilinguists here, okay? You have to give your friends the chance to communicate. Okay?
Communication is key, people.
Communication is key. And Tiny Servant, because everybody needs a little helper.
Yeah, I like this plan. I like giving them a tiny helper.
There's absolutely going to be a cleric who's going to animate a vibrator.
Jay! We were doing so well with the innuendo.
And whose endo?
Your endo.
Anyway, 6th level.
Jeez. 6th level is okay. So a lot of people get a second.
There's a few second channel divinities going on, but also a few just
straight up abilities.
A few Tempest Clerics.
Inescapable destruction.
Tempest Clerics. You get to push people. Around. Twilight. You get to give yourself a flying speed. Man, Twilight Clerics are nuts.
Forge Cleric, you get straight up damage resistance and an AC bonus.
Yeah. Clerics are fucking nuts.
Clerics are nuts. Jesus Christ! Why have I never played one before?
I do want to play a cleric again. Like last time, I played a life cleric. Was the only cleric I've played. So that was Frankie. And life clerics are still pretty good. Like, what do they get? Life clerics get a. Yeah, they get a self heal whenever they heal people.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's a small self heal, but it's still a heal.
I'm looking at the Grave Domain Cleric, and I'm wondering if something kind of similar to this.
What's the Grave get?
Because the Grave Domain's ability at 6th level is Sentinel at Death's Door, which is when you are an ally within 30 feet suffer a crit, you can turn the crit into a normal hit. Any effects triggered by a crit are cancelled.
That's handy.
And you can use it up to your wisdom modifier.
That's a real clutch ability.
That is a real clutch ability. That's solid.
Yeah, you missed. Oh, yeah, you missed the last session of Stormguard.
I did, yes.
Yeah, they went on a racetrack up against the Dullahan.
A Dullahan is in the Headless Horseman.
Yes. And the Dullahan stat block.
A racetrack.
Yep.
We raced a Headless Horseman.
Yep. And Gringog won because Speedy Grog.
Because Gringog is the speediest.
But the point is that the Dullahan has an absolutely fucking insane ability, which is if it crits on you, and you fail a Constitution saving throw, it completely beheads you.
That's wild.
Like insta-death completely beheads you.
that's a lot.
Yeah, and that's also an official thing. Like, that's not a weird homebrew monster I found.
Yeah.
That's Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft.
I mean, of course it's in fucking Ravenloft.
Oh yeah, spooky monsters.
Exactly. Spooky and grimdark. This is what we're here for.
Yeah. Yeah, like, the Dullahan, as is in this book, has the power to insta-kill you if it crits on you. So, I like the idea of being able to, like, reduce damage on a friend.
Yeah. But not, I think not in the same way that, like, the Paladin does, where you soak the damage for them, but I feel like maybe you could share the damage.
Give it, like, a junior warding bond, basically. Yeah, Vorpal swords do that too. If they crit, they behead.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it's
terrifying. So that's what Vorpal means in D&D.
Yeah, that's what a Vorpal weapon does. If it crits, it beheads.
Given to the best of my knowledge, it was a fucking made-up word that Lewis Carroll came up with.
Yeah, I told you what the Dullahan could do during the session. If it crits on you, it beheads you. And if it's doing it on a creature that can survive without a head, it does like a whole fuckload of extra slashing damage.
And this is why Durararara is a great anime.
Oh yeah.
You let me try to fly kick him off his horse.
That was your idea. You dive bombed him.
I love how the squishy warlock is always the one who goes and attacks things with their fucking face.
The extra squishy warlock, yeah. Basically, Kelly is basically playing Captain America before the Super Soldier Serum, because he is. I believe the way I saw it put was, he is a 500 pounds of fight meat in a 100-pound body.
Yeah.
And the military only gave him enough physique to fit most of it in.
I feel like we need to have like a moment of like, I don't know, some kind of weird blessing from the Raven Queen, the Raven Queen or something, where Willow can take a dip into Barbarian.
Oh, that was also one of the things you missed. The main set, they went onto the new floor, which is all very Shadowfell themed. Yeah. There's a statue, which is sort of the entrance on. There's a statue that fully believes that it is the real Raven Queen.
A statue that believes that we both have ADHD.
That says I have done the autism in the characters before, and I need to stop it. I need to stop it.
Yeah. You have no common sense, Willow has no self-preservation. This is very true. Willow's self-preservation skills are her friends.
Yeah. It's quite fun.
Okay, you have a self-preservation network, because you don't have any to start with. Anyway, so taking reducing damage. I like the idea that
you see
the way an
ally you can. When an ally you can see within 30 feet takes damage, you can choose to reduce that damage by half and take that half of the damage. Up to your wisdom mod or something like that. Or if you wanted to do something less than that, you could give them resistance to that damage type for that round.
See, I kind of prefer that, because basically the halving damage between you is basically what Warding Bond does.
Yeah, okay, so giving them resistance, but then that would need to be... That feels quite hench to me.
Yeah,
we could maybe do that once per long rest.
What you can maybe do is, instead of preventing damage, you could force a reroll.
A reroll would be... Yeah, maybe. Oh,
I'm so sorry, Chris.
What?
I'm so sorry.
What have you done?
There's no milk.
Oh yeah, I forgot to get milk as well.
Yeah.
We're bad humans.
Yeah.
Oh well.
50.
Thank you.
We love you anyway, Barry.
Hi guys!
Hey-aw!
Hey guys, this is my wife. She's back.
I know me back there. Come on.
They do. This is fan favorite character in these streams, my wife. This is Barry. You look very pretty. That's
Yay!
okay. They say, hey, you go Badger, you go Kelly Beeb. They're like, hey,
Yay!
the happy lives.
Also, Jay looking very much like a teenage girl there.
Stop
with
being
his...
cute.
Fuck you, I'll be cute if I want.
They are adorable!
Yeah, we're making the Love Cleric. Jonathan wanted to give it Lehman's tiny hut so that it could have a love shack.
Can all be summoned if the B-42 is his son. You could possibly spec a little bit into Storm Cleric to make sure the atmosphere is just right for that.
Yeah! Got a spark in the atmosphere.
Oh dear, absolutely. Yes, that's
Phoenix Soul
really...
Sorcerer heats up the room.
Soul Sorcerer heats up the room.
It's a passionate and thundery night.
That-
It's best to hold that person close.
That's a stormy romance, in fact, yes.
That's what we do. Phoebe, get some of your crappy romance novels. Let's do some shit with that. Like, give me some inspiration.
Very close to walking into the sea. It's only going to get worse.
So you want to be
One bed.
So you're
Oh no, there's only one bed.
the sea waiting for that one man to come for you. Or lady, or person, we do not discriminate here.
Indeed.
This is why I think catnap would have been a good choice to spell.
Catnap would have been a great spell. I don't know what... I have run out of words and brain cells and spell slots.
So I'll leave you back to the rest of the stream.
Thank
We
you.
love you,
And
Mary.
Jonathan says he loves you too. The stream say they love you.
Jay, I like you as a brother.
Yay!
But he's ready.
The newest one only got kidnapped once. That,
Yes, I'm dying.
that's taking a dip. That's definitely taking a dip.
I've
Right.
just looked over one bed. Who did this to you? Tragically, man, got to get kidnapped.
Sorry.
I'm very lost, but I'm very happy for all of you.
Context is my friend Phoebe likes to read these romance novels that always fucking involve some shirtless, bekilted Scotsman
Yep.
gambling about the Highlands, talking in the world's worst fucking brogue. And
Mills and Boone made their whole career based off this basic premise. Occasionally, they make them Spanish.
I know, but it's just. Anyway, so when a
Go to
creature
your
you can see
local
within 30
public
feet.
Smith, you will find plenty.
Yeah,
Or my favorite always
any airport.
is if you're in Tesco and a lot of them have the little bookshelf by the door, which is all secondhand books that you just take and trade. All Scott authored.
That's true. That's the actual name of the book.
I love it. I'm sorry. That's it's not quite on par with various dinosaur love.
Oh God!
I'm trying to remember what's the name of the author.
Oh, I don't know, but it's the person who writes all the really
Chuck Tingle.
Chuck Tingle, who writes all the really horrible fantasy erotica.
What do you mean horrible fantasy erotica? He wrote an anti-Trump dinosaur gay romance.
Oh boy.
Chuck Tingle is an absolute god. I'm
Also, your
sorry.
best advice during a Zelda game.
Indeed, Chuck Tingle.
Into a whirling fan.
British Heart Foundation is solid. Charity shops are very much definitely a way to go.
Yes.
But also, I would like to point out to the world that Danielle Steele still releases novels somehow. We're not entirely sure if she's a real human being or not, but there's always a market for these books, and there will continue to be so.
There's always the two-time
Hugo Award nominee Chuck Tingle. Fucking right.
There's always somebody who's going to be bored and horny at an airport, okay? Anyway, so
We stand Chuck Tingle.
do we want to do resistance? Do we want to do disadvantage? Do we want to do
I like the idea of resistance for a turn.
okay.
I keep forgetting that he was nominated for Hugos. The first in the series, How to Love a Duke in 10 Days. There's a plot. There's a plot to Scott and Bothered. Not sure I believe you. Yes, of course there's plot. How could you doubt there's plot? I doubt very much. Oh dear. Actually reminds me, I'd see if I can still find the picture of one of my absolute favourite Chuck Tingle front covers. Ooh. Just got puppy pictures at the moment. That's like all my phone is taken up.
Puppy!
Puppy! Bitches love puppies.
This is very
And
true.
I do be bitches. And I love my puppy.
Yeah.
She's very cute. We took her out on a puppy play date yesterday, so she made a new friend.
Ooh.
It's very cute. So she's now got a big foofy Samoyed pal.
Ooh.
I know, it's so cute.
The big
It's
dog
so
and little
cute.
dog is like always the cutest thing!
It is very, very cute. Yes, Kelly,
You gotta read this shit, man!
Me, these bitches. Phoebe, he is first and foremost. I was like,
Oh boy. Give us your deepest and sexiest reading voice, Chris.
He is first and foremost at everything. A man who's made his own way through ruthless cunning and sheer force of will. A strong and imposing Scot, who can turn on the charm, but does not suffer fools.
hang on. we've now scrolled too far. Let me keep going.
His title? Lord Chief Justice of the High Court. His name? Cassius Gerard Ramsay.
Why don't I have whiskey?
His mission? To investigate the goings-on at London's most notorious gambling hall, owned and operated by one of the most intriguing and desperate women he has ever met. Cecilia Teague was an orphan facing a rather dire future, until a secret benefactor from her mother's scandalous past swept into her life. Sent to a prestigious boarding school and later to university, Cecilia believed high society was at her fingertips. Then, from out of nowhere, she became the inheritor of a gambling establishment. Now Cecilia must live two lives. One as a proper lady who finds herself undeniably drawn to Lord Ramsay, and the other as a savvy gambling hall owner, trying to... ...
I am clipping the shit out of that.
Thank you. Her business from the very same man is no idea. This is, I mean, desperate, desirable. Did I misread that? I apologize. I don't know. I'm just going with what I read.
I'm pretty sure that's the blurb of one of his books.
Could be. Desperate? Desirable? Next stream, a dramatic reading of one. I will hella do a dramatic reading of one of these books. We'll do that as a solo stream.
Next time you have to do a solo stream, we're doing that. Right.
I mean, provided, that it's not a total breach of somebody's copyright.
It fucking is, but we're doing it anyway. Right,
We have no money to get sued.
7th level. Let's do the 7th level spells. These are 4th level spells. Jesus. Arcane Eye, Aura of Life, Aura of Purity, Banishment, Blight, Charm Monster.
Charm Monster's fun.
I like Charm Monster or Confusion.
Okay.
Dimension Door, fucking great spell.
Machine Dead.
Elemental Bait, Evart's Black Tentacles.
Because, absolutely, because hugs.
Because hugs. Ultimate hugs. Yeah. That's a 20-foot square of hugs.
20-foot square of hugs.
Yeah.
Quite fucking right. You can conjure woodland beings. That's always cute.
That's a good one.
Divination to find your true love.
Grasping Vine again, hugs.
Fabricate when love is not enough.
Locate creature? No. Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound?
That sounds fun, because then you get a puppy.
Or Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum.
Because then you get peace and quiet.
Yep. Polymorph? No.
No.
No, we're not doing that. Okay, this one's actually a little harder.
Aye. Hallucinatory terrain.
No.
You found love in a hopeless place.
We found love in a hopeless place. Ego whip? No. No. Okay. Charm monster seems to be like the most surefire there.
I feel like that.
Let's do charm monster.
Phantasmal killers. Sorry.
Psycho killer.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
We're just breaking all the copyright this time.
Absolutely.
Control water? No.
Anti-life shell, except it's a 5th level spell. But
We're
also
not doing anti-life shell, Jesus.
shimmering berries. The bear. This is. I'm not clear what that does, but
freedom of movement. Do freedom of movement. You know, love should set you free.
It's a reasonable option, possibly.
I'm kind of grasping for a lot of these, to be honest.
Well, that's a boost of another person, so that's good.
Yeah.
So that could be nice.
Also, Luke's resilient sphere also might do well.
What does that do?
A sphere of shimmering force encloses a creature or object of large size within range. An unwilling creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is enclosed for the duration. Nothing, not physical objects, energy, or other spell effects can pass through the barrier, in or out, though a creature in the sphere can breathe there. The sphere is immune to all damage, and a creature or object can't be damaged by attacks or effects originating from outside, nor can a creature inside the sphere damage anything outside it. So
I mean, that's like good if somebody's on like death saves.
it's really good protection.
But
a sphere is
I'm
weightless
not
and just
sure.
large enough to contain the creature or object inside. An enclosed creature can use its action to push against the sphere walls and thus roll the sphere up to half the creature's speed. Similarly, the globe can be picked up and moved by other creatures.
that's fun.
It's a Pokeball. It's a Pokeball.
Absolutely.
Not quite what I thought it was, but that might work.
Compulsion.
I think compulsion or confusion.
Oh my god. I bought ice cream today and apparently it exploded. I'm sad.
Oh no.
Yeah, there is no more ice cream.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking sad. Mordenkainen's pride and sanctum. Eyebrows. I mean, we're lacking in better options.
Like, what was the one you suggested before that? It was,
Compulsion.
No, not compulsion. There was another one we suggested. Freedom of movement.
Yes. That feels like it's probably our best option.
I think freedom of
There's not a
movement.
lot of good 4th level spells for this.
Yeah. Fourth level's a weird one. Like, there's some really good spells and there's some kind of lacking spells.
Yeah.
Right, now, 8th level. Do we want to do Divine Strike or do we want to do Potent Cantrip? Because that's kind of the only options.
What does Potent Cantrip do?
You get to add your Wisdom modifier to damage you deal with any Cleric Cantrip.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Potent Cantrip.
I might use the ice cream in the tea because I've no milk. Make
Jesus,
do.
man.
It's exploded ice cream. Nothing else to do with it.
Okay, let's do the 5th level spells. Bigby's hand immediately springs to mind.
Because once again, hogs.
Self-love. Commune? Maybe? Let's have a look at Commune. Nah, that's talking about that's asking your deity question, yes or no questions. That's not really looking for. Contact other plane could be fun. Again, long distance.
Yeah. Hang on, sorry, I'm scrolling on to 5th level spells. Animate objects for self-love.
Okay, I'm gonna get the joke out of the
Awaken.
way. Dominate
Cloud
person.
kill. Dominate person. Solid option.
Wait, no. I don't
Again,
want
I
to do.
feel like because a lot of spells become much more combat focused at higher levels.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of maybe doing pass wall.
What does pass wall do?
Pass wall opens a hole in walls. A passage appears at a point of your choice that you can see on a wooden, plaster, or stone surface within range and lasts the duration. You choose the opening's dimensions up to 5 feet wide, 8 feet tall, and 20 feet deep. The passage creates no instability in the structure surrounding it. It's an automatic tunneling spell. It's a wizard only spell. But I like the idea of
pretty cool.
I like the idea of there not being anything in the way of your love.
There's a spell called Dream.
Dream's a good one. It puts people to sleep. Here's an idea.
Yes.
Reincarnate.
Explain Reincarnate to me.
Reincarnate is a druid-only resurrection spell that does not necessarily bring you back as the same species as you started. Now, we have that. We have the idea of love beyond death, and I'll love you no matter what shape you're in. So I quite like that as a...
And I also quite like that because obviously it's a druid-only spell, so no other cleric would have access to it, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, because I don't think even Nature Domain gets that.
No.
But it's a full-on resurrection spell. There's no limit for how long the person needs to have been dead.
No.
But I like the idea of loving you no matter what shape your body is in or whatever creature you are.
Yeah. And no, they don't. Nature Domain get animal friendship, speak with animals, bark, skin, spike growth, plant growth, wind wall, dominate beast, grasping vine, insect plague, and tree stride.
Because insect plague is nuts.
Yeah. Again, much more combat focused, I think.
I mean, we could do a combat focused thing that is also quite thematic with synaptic static.
Fair.
Because how many times have you looked at somebody that you're in love with and gone,
I'm wondering about... Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm wondering about dawn. You know, sunrises are quite romantic. And also, it's basically moonbeam, but sunlight.
More
moonbeam!
It's a little bit... meh.
Fair.
What does Circle of Power do?
I don't know, but there's a spell called Mislead. If you want to gaslight your love.
Oh, Circle of Power might be good.
What's it do?
A divine energy radiates from you, distorting and diffusing magical energy within 30 feet of you. Until the spell ends, the sphere moves with you, centered on you. For the duration, each friendly creature in the area, including you, has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Additionally, when an affected creature succeeds on a saving throw made against a spell or magical effect that allows it to make a saving throw to only take half damage, it instead takes no damage if it succeeds on saving throws.
That is excellent. Yes.
It's a paladin exclusive.
Take that. Fuck yeah.
Circle of Power. Because that's like,
That one,
I love everybody and you're all staying with me.
Fuck yeah. Oh no, I've strayed into 5th level spells.
We're on 5th level spells, yeah.
We're on 5th level spells. Oh shit, yeah.
The Circle of Power.
Telepathic bond. You can have a telepathic link with a friend.
That sounds perfect, actually.
That actually does, yeah. Forge telepathic link among 8 willing creatures, or up to. Until the spell ends, target can communicate telepathically through the bond, whether or not they have a common language. It's possible over any distance, though it cannot extend to other planes. Rary's telepathic bond.
Rary's telepathic bond sounds really good.
Well, let's do that then.
Yeah.
Although 5th level, we also have skill empowerment.
That's true.
And scrying.
I'm not sure I like scrying as much with that, because that feels a lot like spying on somebody, and that's not a great...
Fair. Well, well, skill empowerment is a solid option, but I definitely think we should have Circle of Power. That sounds fantastic.
I'm gonna disagree with skill empowerment, because it's basically the first level ability that we gave this cleric.
Okay, well then no, fuck skill empowerment. Just say, when you're done with this, I've compiled a list of my personal favourite Scottish romance titles. Oh my god. Well, we've only got 9 minutes left of the stream, so you may want to just post that and we can read that out for everybody.
Let's go with Rary's telepathic bond for this, because I really like the idea of just being in communication with a bunch of people, and that's it very much fits the flavour.
Super good.
Mary's telepathic bond. Now we have the big one.
The big one.
The 14th level ability.
Yup.
Wait, this isn't a
17th level ability,
level ability? Yeah, I was
17th
like,
level ability, sorry.
yeah. 14th level, they get fuck all.
So this is the big bang. This is the big bang.
Yeah, this is it.
Now,
You're at 17th level, you've just gotten your 9th level spell, you can destroy undead up to CR4.
I kind of feel like I want to... I mean, I know it's not the commonly done thing, but I kind of want to do a massive buff to the first level ability that we gave.
What, the proficiency thing?
No, the charming thing.
Oh, the charming thing, the
Or was
channel
that the
divinity.
channel divinity?
Yeah.
Oh, then no. That's silly.
Well, because I was saying, if you want to buff the first level thing, you could do, you touch a creature and it gains proficiency in all skills.
That would be cool. Guaranteed skill monkey for a minute. That
Yeah,
would
give
be
you a
cool.
1 minute skill monkey. Because here's the thing. For example, Forge Cleric gets immunity to fire damage and resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks while wearing heavy armor. Like, Forge Cleric becomes a fucking tank. Death Domain gets being able to target 2 creatures with a necromancy spell of 1st to 5th level. If they're within 5 feet of each other, so that's not great because you have to provide the material components twice.
Nature clerics are quite good in that when any of your anything that's charmed by charm animals or charm plants, you can use your bonus action to verbally command them, so they basically become on your side.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Tempest Domain get to fly. Twilight get to get an improvement to get something that adds on to their channel divinity, which gives them all half cover, which is really cool.
Arcane straight up gets 4 spells
Yeah.
from the wizard spell list.
Which is
One
nuts.
from 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, which is fucking hench.
Mm-hmm. Free 9th level wizard spell. Because you know what's the 9th level wizard spell?
Power word kill.
Most of them.
Yeah.
You're thinking too small with power word kill.
I'm sorry.
Because Chris, my brother in Christ.
Yes.
Meteor Swarm.
Fair?
You could just go full Sephiroth on that bitch.
Sephiroth!
Exactly.
Sephiroth!
Check this one, Winged Angel.
I mean, I was gonna say, also, just to go circle back to Death Domain Clerics being fucking great, the 17th level, their ability
I
is
don't like them. I don't like
any necromancy spell of levels 1 to 5th that targets a single creature can target 2 creatures.
that. It's still pretty restrictive, actually. That's, again, it's only a spell that targets 1 creature, and they have to be within 5 feet of each other.
Yeah,
And you have to provide the material components twice.
Yeah, but almost nobody runs material components.
Mm.
Like, literally almost nobody.
True.
So,
I would still rather take the Forge Domain.
I mean, I would rather take Forge Domain as well, but I just think that, like, as a take one thing and do it brilliantly, you know,
Yeah.
like, what are your like
Okay, look at Life Domain then.
Okay.
Life Domain get to max out their healing at 17th level. Instead of rolling for it, you can just max your healing.
okay.
When you would normally roll 1 or more dice to restore hit points with a spell, you instead use the highest number possible for each die. And that's just permanent. That's just your healing is always maxed out.
That's pretty fucking great.
That's really fucking good. That's actually insanely fucking good. I'm not gonna... I want
I
to
just like the idea that you cast Vampiric Touch on an enemy, that if you've got several enemies next to you and you hit one with Vampiric Touch, and you can cast that at 5th level, and it hits 2 people, and you'll regain double the number of hit points.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like...
and because that's a 1 minute concentration spell, you can just do that every time.
Yeah. I do like
So
the
that-
idea...
yeah.
I do like the idea of doing something with creatures that are charmed.
Yeah, I know, it should be creatures that are charmed. Well, then, do you want to do it similar to the Nature Domain Cleric and do it, like, as a command?
Well, we could do a command, or we could do a Okay. Do we want to completely break this?
I mean, Jay, we have 4 minutes left. Let's do it.
Okay. At 17th level, a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, when a creature you can see makes a saving throw to avoid being charmed, you can instead force them to fail that saving throw.
That would be great. Let's do that. Fuck yes. That's your 17th level ability right the fuck there.
I'm going to limit it to one creature, just because that would be... Don't make it too insane.
I don't know, you know, your charming things is already limited in terms of number of uses.
Yeah, true.
And like the Master of Nature one, the 17th one for Nature Cleric, is unlimited. Like,
whenever a creature you can see succeeds on a saving throw against being charmed, you can cause them
to auto-fail.
You can cause them to fail instead.
Aye. I mean, maybe make it once per turn. One creature once per turn or something.
No, I'm just going to say a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier.
Alright.
Which is probably 5 at this point, but...
Yeah, it would be 5 at this point.
Yep.
You would hope.
But I will also limit it to once per turn.
Fair. Yeah.
Okay. There is only one thing left. We have to name the abilities. We have to name the first level ability, the channel divinity, the 6th level ability, and the 17th ability.
There we go. That's the abilities.
Yeah.
That's it. We've done the thing.
We need to name them.
Love Domain Cleric.
No, the names of the abilities.
Oh fuck.
First level. Honey, you got this.
That's appropriate for us.
Yep, and that's the ability that gives them the bonus to the initiative.
Yep.
Channel divinity, love in.
Love in, absolutely.
Yep. 6th level.
What did we do for a 6th level
That's
ability
the
again?
resistance ability.
Oh, love conquers all.
No, I think that's the final one.
I don't know about that because that's more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Resistance, love.
Love conquers all.
Love hurts.
Actually, yeah, let's call it love hearts and then love conquers all for the last one.
Cool.
'Cause it's just called potent cantrip for the third one.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks. The Love Domain Cleric. We did it. We made a cleric. We made a cleric that you can make as horny as you like.
Tough love. Tough love was a solid one, I think.
Yeah. So let's do the plugging thing.
Yes. Hello. I'm him. He's me.
And I'm him and he's me. I mean, he's him. You can follow me on Twitter at JonathanHoney4, or you can follow my games company, Old Alliance Games, at old_games. I am on Patreon, at Jonathan David Honey. I have a website, jonathandavidhoney.com, where you can find all of my stories, all of my game reviews, and some notes about some of the games that I personally have made in my off time. Anything else?
Your things, isn't it?
Yeah, I release game reviews every 2 weeks, every second Monday. And And I release a chapter of my story series, We Are Not Legends, once every month on the last day of the month. If you follow me on Patreon, you can get voiced versions of the reviews and early releases of the chapters. He is on Instagram at ChrisHoneyActor.
And if you follow me, you get fuck all. I intermittently post about the things that I'm doing and share fun pictures. But I've yet to share any pictures of my dog. I should do this.
You should do that.
I should do that. She's adorable. She's wonderful.
Fucking adorable, is.
She is.
Yeah.
She's a wee shite, but she's adorable.
Yeah, it kind of seems to be a habit with you.
It does. It
Aye.
does. Anyway,
But,
as our closer, allow me to read to you this list of fabulous Scottish romance titles,
Oh boy.
as recommended by Phoebe. So we have number 1, Ruined by the Highlander. 2, In Love with the Wrong Highland Sister.
Oh god.
Number 3, Bound in a Highland Lie. God, these are fucking dreadful.
I need a drink!
Promised to a Highland Beast. Number 5, Scottish Highland Surprise. Number 6, The Laird of London. Number 7, Ravished by her Highland Protector.
Oh, of course.
Number 8, The Spinster and Mr. Scott, who is Scottish. Close brackets.
God, I hope that's the full title. Also, this is very racist!
I know. Number 9, Chasing the Devious Lass. Number 10, number 9, sorry. Number 10, Virgin for the Beastly Highlander. Number 11, A Kilted Marriage of Convenience.
Oh god.
Number 12, For a Scots Heart Only. Number
It's getting
13,
worse.
Chosen by the Highland Brute. And number 14, Scots for Pleasure, which is a box set for some reason. Like Kinder Surprise. The surprise is a penis.
Christ almighty.
That's the end of our stream, folks. The surprise is a penis. Thank you very much. You've all been wonderful. Take care and good night. Bye!
Bye, everybody! Oh, sweet Jesus Christ, what have we done?